Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin has just gotten a major dump and we are probably going much lower. Unfortunately today I do have some more bad news. Let me show you. First, you're going to see that Bitcoin only a few days ago hit our major and a very important price target, the golden Fibonacci ratio, at approximately 98,000 US dollars. Exactly at this specific area, I was looking to fire a brand new short trade on Bitcoin. My average entry is approximately 97,400 US dollars, but also I did go with a brand new short trade on Ethereum, another short trade on XRP, and also on Solana. And it really does look like our plan we already made a few days ago is right now playing out almost exactly. If you have been watching my videos for the past couple of weeks, if you are maybe even following me on Twitter, and of course also if you are in my free VIP Discord group, you probably know that we have been waiting for our major golden Fibonacci ratio for a very long time. Look at this specific post I posted on 7th of January 2026. I said this remains the best trading setup. Bitcoin right now hit our golden Fibonacci ratio, and of course in the upcoming days we are going to see if potentially we are going to start moving even lower towards downside. Now of course one thing that I want to point out here, if you also watched my yesterday's live stream, you probably know that we were paying attention directly towards our anchored VWAP if we right now anchor it exactly at this specific high, simply because this specific area was aligning almost perfectly with another level, which is going to be the liquidity level. It does look like Bitcoin definitely did not hit this specific area, and we got a rejection already slightly earlier. Right now getting a major push towards downside, breaking our horizontal range right here, but also pay attention to the past 24-hour liquidations. We have gotten almost 800 million of long trades completely wrecked and completely liquidated. And it really does look like people on the way towards the upside, they get even more bullish looking for another long trade. And also, if you maybe even remember something we were talking about the other day, the ascending triangle. People, when they see a bullish pattern, guess what they are going to be doing? They much rather go with a long trade on some kind of a breakout. Of course, longing right here, what does it mean? You're longing the exact top, literally exactly at the area of resistance, where personally I was taking some profits of my long trade on Bitcoin and also on XRP, but also where I was looking to fire another short trade. And at least as of right now, it really does look like people going with a breakout trade out of the ascending triangle definitely are getting wrecked all over the place. But also right now, Bitcoin only a few hours ago hit another very important area of support. Going right now with our fixed range volume profile to measure the entire bottom price action. Clearly you're right now going to see we are trying to see the acceptance once again below the value area high. Now why is this specific level such an important one? Because simply usually you need to follow the volume theory. If we are pushing towards downside, getting the acceptance above the value area low, above the bottom volume level, bullish indication, we might be looking for the rotation at least towards the value area high. But also, the exact same thing is going to happen in the opposite direction. If we do get the acceptance below the value area high, potentially we are looking for the rotation back towards the value area low. And right now, Bitcoin is maybe even going to see the acceptance back below the value area high, which unfortunately it is going to be a bearish Bitcoin indication, and technically speaking, or should I say theoretically speaking, we might be looking for a bigger push down, at least towards the value area right here at approximately 86,900 US dollar area. Later in the video, I'm even going to share with you more of a bearish scenario where we are even going to be looking below this specific low right here, but at least as right now, where we are being below the value area high is definitely already a bearish Bitcoin indication. This is right now also why I would appreciate if you right now smash up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible. And of course also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Right now let's talk about what is going to be our ultimate bearish scenario we should really be paying attention to right now, and of course also what are going to be our exact targets looking right now at this local structure on the 1 hour time frame. Of course, if you were watching my live stream yesterday on YouTube, you probably know exactly what we are going to talk about right now. However, we do have slightly more price action for us to talk about a bigger 5-wave price structure towards downside. Let's right now go with our Elliot impulsive wave, where we can right now say we got an impulse right here, we got some kind of a correction. And at least as right now, with this major push down, it looks like Bitcoin could be forming the third Elliot wave, which is probably going to go very low towards downside, and it's also going to look impulsive. At least as of right now, looking at this specific push towards downside, it definitely does have the proper characteristics of the third Elliot wave. After the third one is finished, fourth one is going to be formed, and then also another push down for us to finish the bigger 5-wave price structure towards downside. What you're right now going to see if we go with our volume indicator. Clearly, we got a major volume spike for our third Elliot wave, which I would say it's exactly what you want to see if we are right now talking about this specific 5-wave price structure towards downside. But also right now, the bigger 5-wave price structure on the daily time frame right now still remains valid, and at least in my opinion, is right now still the most probable one. When we go with our Elliot impulsive wave, we definitely need to say we got an impulse right here, we got a correction, another impulse. Right now, potentially Bitcoin topped out for our fourth Elliot wave, and definitely if we are going to get the successful acceptance below the value area high, probably we are then even looking for another bigger push down for us to go below 80,000 US dollars. That is right now why, of course, I do remain in my short trade right here, not only on Bitcoin, also on Ethereum, XRP, and also Solana, pretty much on the entire cryptocurrency market. Now, additionally, something not a lot of people are right now sharing with you are going to be two very important trendline areas of support. What if we go back on the 2-hourly time frame right here and connect all of our higher lows Bitcoin has been forming for the past few days right here? Let's go with the trend line. Let's connect all of our higher lows right here, where we are right now going to see it does look like Bitcoin still does have some kind of a support area at approximately 91,800 US dollars. This right here is going to be some kind of a local area of support. Nothing major, because later in the video I'm going to share with you an even better support level in a case right now we are actually going to go lower. But what we can right now say, losing or breaking our trend line is also going to be some kind of a bearish Bitcoin indication. Not only that, if we right now go with our ascending triangle, what you're going to see, another trend line area of support is going to come in at approximately 90,000 US dollars. And at least in my opinion, this specific level is a much bigger area of support. Why so? Because what we can actually do right here, right now, let's go on the weekly time frame. And of course, today is Monday. That is why we actually formed a brand new weekly candle. And with our weekly candle, we also got a brand new weekly high-term time frame area of support exactly at 90,863.1 US dollars. Let's go right now with our weekly level. I'm going to put the level directly in my folder right here, but also right now additionally, going back on the 4-hourly, measuring the entire bottom price action with volume, or simply measuring the volume of our triangle, you can right now notice the point of control, or the biggest volume cluster, coming in at approximately our weekly high-term time frame area of support, very closely also towards our bottom area of support of our major ascending triangle. So definitely our next support level that I'm right now personally paying attention to is simply going to be this specific area, where potentially sure might get some kind of a bounce towards the upside. However, the reality is we are still below the value area high. So unfortunately, even if we get a small bounce right here towards the value area high, no, we are not going to be flipping extremely bullish, simply because being below the value area high, as we said before, potentially could right now mean we are going to get a bigger rotation from the value area high directly towards the value area low. That is why, in my opinion, looking for another short trade simply does make slightly more sense. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, definitely take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus, no KYC and no VPN, with the second link down below in the description, because BTC Exchange, at least as of right now still, does have a beautiful campaign with me. You register, you deposit, you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. But also, every time you hit a trading volume milestone, you can unlock a mystery box full of rewards, VIP cards up to VIP level 4, and also a brand new iPhone 17. So not only you're going to get a free bonus right here, and you can then simply open your brand new short or a sell trade potentially on Bitcoin, and of course also maybe even on Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. That is of course why, click the second link down below, you register, you deposit, and you're going to get some beautiful rewards. Right now also, let's talk about what is going to be a bullish scenario just in case Bitcoin once again again does get a push towards the upside and starts reclaiming our value area high. How would that look like? First of all, we are going to go without our triangle. In my opinion, the triangle, at least as of right now, is not that important if we start going higher. The most important level I would be paying attention to right here, if we start pushing back towards the upside once again, is going to be the trend line area of resistance. What we can right to do, let's go and connect our high right here with the lower high that was formed only a few hours ago. And you can right to see, this specific trend line could potentially mean it is going to be a sign of strength for Bitcoin, also because we are then once again going to go above the value area high. Reclaiming the value area high in a combination with the trend line could mean, okay, potentially, we are once again going to start moving back towards the upside. Unless this happens, I'm right now slightly more bearish on Bitcoin, looking for a bigger push towards the downside, ideally at least towards our support level right here, or maybe even, as we said before, towards our lower low below 80,000 US dollar area. Also right now, pay attention to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 2-week time frame. Clearly right now, the biggest liquidations are going to be exactly below our recent lows, where over 225 million of long trades are going to get liquidated at approximately 89,000 US dollars. This level right here is acting as a magnet for Bitcoin. Also right now, if we are dropping in on the 1-week time frame, you can pretty much see almost the exact same story. Bigger liquidations are not above the recent highs, but actually exactly below the recent low. So the story right here is almost exactly the same. Ideally right now, we are looking for lower targets. Let's see if Bitcoin is maybe even going to start forming another lower low in the upcoming days. But of course, for us to go that low, first of all, as we said before, we need to get successful acceptance below the value area high. But also, as we said, we need to start breaking some of the major trend line areas of support back towards downside. Also right now, when we talk about the average trend, the most important indicator I'm paying attention to is definitely the exponential moving averages. On the 1-hourly time frame, potentially, we are going to get a bearish cross. 50 EMA is potentially going to cross our 200 EMA. In this scenario, it is going to mean we are moving in an average downtrend on the 1-hourly time frame. Now, looking only on the 1-hourly, this right here is not really going to be a significant bearish indication of Bitcoin. Ideally then, if we really want to be super bearish, we want to then see a bearish cross on the 2-hourly as well, and also of course on the 4-hourly. Both of those EMAs on the 4-hourly and 2-hourly are still very far apart from each other. So if you look like that on the 2-hourly and 4-hourly, we are right to still being kind of bullish because 50 EMA is above 200 EMA. We are clearly moving in an average uptrend. However, the problem is going to be if the 2-hourly and also the 4-hourly are going to get a bearish cross. In this scenario, definitely, we are looking for much lower price targets, and once again, the main target is going to be at least below 80,000, maybe even below 75,000, if not even 70,000 US dollar on Bitcoin in the upcoming weeks. That is why I do remain in my short trade on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and also Solana. And once again, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus, no KYC and no VPN, with the second link down below in the description, because right now with BitUnix, we still do have this very special Christmas campaign. You register, you deposit, you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus, but also every time you hit a trading volume milestone, you're going to get some beautiful rewards and maybe even a brand new iPhone 17 using the second link down below. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.